There are moments when change doesn't arrive as motion but as mirror. A mirror that asks us to look honestly at how we are living, what we are avoiding, and what parts of ourselves are asking to be integrated rather than fixed. This conversation is about that kind of change, the kind of that happens when mind, body, and spirit finally begin to speak at the same language. Welcome to the Soul Mirror podcast, where we explore the patterns, truths, and inner alignments that shape who we become. I'm your host, Shreya, and today I'm joined by Stanley Bronstein, author, life coach, and creator of The Way of Excellence. Stanley's life reflects a transformation many people believe is impossible, not just in weight or habits, but in identity, discipline, and long term alignment. In this episode, we are exploring the integration of mind, body, and spirit and what it really takes to create change that lasts not for a season but lifetime. Welcome, Stanley. I'm honored to have you on my show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
And Stanley, before we talk about like system or frameworks, when you look back at your own journey, where did you first realize that lasting change wouldn't come from focusing on just the body, but from something deeper needing alignment?
Well, mine was a little backwards from that. I always focused on my mind. My whole career, it's all mental. I'm an attorney and an accountant. Everything was mental. Sit at the desk all day and think. That's what you do. That's how you make your living. And I neglected my body. I would eat poorly. I'd eat really bad foods. I would get little or no exercise. I would drink too much alcohol. I would do things like that, just, very poor decisions on what I was putting in my body. And and overall that was making my spirit suffer. And this I didn't just all of a sudden wake up one day and figure this all out. This is what came to me over time. So I'm going to tell you the process that I went through, the journey that I went through. As I was getting ready to turn 50 years old, that's a key time in a man's life and a woman too. But it's a key time you start thinking. I asked myself, where am I going to be in 5 years if I stay on the same course that I am on right now? And I did not like the answer to that question, because the answer to the question was that if I stayed on the same course I was on, I would be dead in 5 years. And that's the truth. And that is the cold, hard truth that I needed to tell myself. And I did not like that answer. So I said to myself, I'm wasting my potential. I can be so much more than I am. And that wasn't the first time I told myself that, but it was the first time I was disgusted enough with where I was and where I was going that I said, no more. I said, I'm done. I'm done playing this game. It's over. No more. I said, I'm going to start eating better now, learn to eat better now, which is connected to my body. I didn't realize that at the time, but it's connected to my body. And I said, I'm going to start exercising every day, or at least 5 days a week. And my exercise of choice is going to be walking. I picked walking because it was easier. You didn't need any special equipment. You could do it almost anywhere. So I figured I would do walking. And that again was connected to my body. What I didn't realize is that my mind was ignoring my body. My mind, all my energy was focused on my mind, and I was neglecting my body. I was putting poor food in it, and I was not exercising it. I was not using it properly. So I started making changes. I started eating better. It started out The first thing I did was I stopped drinking alcohol. No, I haven't had alcohol in 17 years. I stopped eating beef and I stopped eating pork. And I kept going. I started walking every day, but I was not perfect. I made mistakes. I had good days. I had bad days. But the important thing is that whenever I had a bad day, I did not let that stop me. I did not quit. I just kept going. So that's what you want to do is if you want permanent lasting change, you have to not only do you have to get started, you have to keep going no matter what. And and realize up front you are not perfect. There are no perfect human beings. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to have bad days. And that's okay. As long as you pick yourself up and you keep going. That's what's important. So over time, I began strengthening my body and I began devoting more attention to my body than I was my mind, believe it or not. And so my mind started to suffer in other ways. And what I started to realize was that the mind, body, and spirit are all connected. They need to be integrated. They need to be there. They are one. Your mind, a healthy mind, feeds your body and your spirit. A healthy body feeds your mind and your spirit, and a healthy spirit feeds your mind and your body. All three of them, you need to pay attention to all three of them. They all need to be connected. They all are deserving of your time and attention, but it's all about balance, not doing too much of any one thing. Balance is real simple. You balance is you identify what is deficient in your life. You identify what you do not have enough of, and you do more of it. In my case, I did not have enough healthy food. I did not have enough exercise. So I started doing more of those things. You also identify everything that's excessive. I was eating too much bad food. I was drinking too much alcohol. I was sitting around too much, not doing anything. So I started doing those less. Instead of sitting around not doing anything, I started moving. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped eating bad food. I brought the systems into balance. When you bring them into balance, that's where you discover your real power and you start to realize just how powerful you are. This whole experience, what I did was I've lost I've lost 220 pounds. That's I think it's 102 kilos. I've lost 102 kilos and kept it off for going on 17 years. And the experience taught me that I am more powerful than I ever imagined, that I can do more than I thought I could, more, much more. And it also taught me that if I can do more than I ever imagined, so can everyone else. So if you are listening, realize you are more powerful than you ever imagined. You can do more than you ever imagined. You are more capable than you ever imagined. Realize that. Know that. That is such a powerful thing. Believe in yourself. Have confidence. And what I also learned out of the experience is I identified 4 factors that determine whether or not you're going to be successful. The first one is you have to be willing to make permanent changes, not temporary changes. You have to be willing to do what it takes for the rest of your hopefully very long, very healthy life. You have to be willing to do what it takes. If you're not willing to do what it takes, if you're only willing to do it for a short period of time, you're going to go right back to your old habits, and the problems you had before are going to come right back, and they might even be worse. So you have to be willing to permanently change. Second thing is you have to believe in yourself. Believe that you have the power to change. Now, I've already told you, I know that you are more powerful than you ever imagined. I've seen it. We are all more powerful than we ever imagined. So it's time for you to believe that you are more powerful than you ever imagined, and to believe that you can permanently and positively change your life. The third thing is self-discipline. And by that, I do not mean punishment. I mean identifying all of your negative habits and breaking them and putting new positive habits into place. For example, with me, I used to go to Chinese restaurants every day for lunch, and I would eat way too much very unhealthy food. I had to stop doing that. And instead, I replaced that negative habit with the positive habit of bringing my own healthy food to work every day. And I would eat my own healthy food. I created a new habit of walking every day. I put my clothes out on the table next to my bed every night before I go to sleep. When I wake up, the first thing I do is I put my clothes on, I go stretch, and then I go walk every day. It's a habit. It is a positive habit that requires self-discipline. Discipline is much better than motivation. Everybody thinks they have to be motivated to eat right. They have to be motivated to exercise. They have to be motivated to make changes. Well, the problem with motivation is motivation wears off. Motivation goes away. It's now 2 weeks into January. How many people have joined a fitness center at the beginning of the year because they said they wanted to get in shape, they wanted to make changes, and by the end of January, they're not going to be going anymore? That's a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people. So it's putting positive habits in place. And then the last thing is commitment. You have to be, if you are 100% committed to your goal, it becomes much easier, much easier. For example, I am 100% committed that no unhealthy food is going to enter my mouth. Under no circumstances will I eat unhealthy food. I would rather go hungry than eat unhealthy food. If somebody puts unhealthy food in front of me, I will not eat it. If I go to a party and there's unhealthy food in front of me, I will not eat it. I had someone a few weeks ago that gave me a bunch of cookies before Christmas. I did not ask myself, am I going to eat this? I said, I'm 100% committed to only eating healthy food. So I said, I'm not going to eat this. And then I gave them away to someone else. So when you make a commitment and you're 100% committed, it becomes much easier. And I made a commitment many years ago that I was only going to eat healthy food. I made a commitment many years ago that I am going to walk at least 2 hours a day every day. And I have been doing that for almost 8 years. I I've really been doing it for almost 12 years, except 8 years ago I got sick for 3 days, and so I had 3 days where I didn't walk. But I walk every day. And that also tells you by eating healthy and by walking every day, getting exercise, I've only been sick one time in the last 12 years, which I think is amazing. And I think that's good. It's the power when you start getting everything together, your mind, body, and spirit become stronger, and you become stronger, and things become easier. So you have to be willing to make permanent changes. You have to believe you can make permanent changes. You have to exercise self-discipline and get rid of your old negative habits, create new positive habits, and you have to make a commitment to making these changes. You're not going to do anything else. You're going to make these changes. You're committed to it. You're going to stick with it. Does all of this make sense to you?
Yes, I think that moment of recognition that the body was reflecting something internal, it just feels so pivotal, and I think it's often where the real work really begins. Also, this is wonderful, and the way you explained it just made it more and more amazing because it's understandable for every age group and every kind of people. And also, your work emphasizes structured principles over quick fixes. So, for someone listening and who wants to begin integrating mind, body, and spirit without feeling overwhelmed, what is the grounded place to start?
Well, I'd recommend they go to my website. My website is thewayofexcellence.com. No spaces, no dashes. Thewayofexcellence.com. If you please put that in the show notes, that would be appreciated. And if they go there, there's all the information there. There are 7 of my books are on that website and they are all free. You can download digital copies. You can read them. All the materials there are videos that take you through the system. The whole thing is a structured system that is designed to make it easier. My whole business career has always been about making complicated things simple. So as I went through my journey, getting my life together, I turned it all into a system so that other people could follow that system and they can make the changes in their life. So if you want to make changes, go to my website, start watching the videos, read the information, read the books. It's free. It's there for you. It is my gift to you. I am giving it to you because I am grateful for all the things that have happened to me. And so I want to give back. I want to help other people. I want to help you. That's what I would do. Go to my website.
Yes, and I will make sure to attach that in the description. And also for like long-term change inevitability includes setbacks. So when old habits resurface or progress feels slow, how do you encourage people to stay aligned instead of slipping into self-judgment?
It's real simple. 2 words. Beat yesterday. You have a goal. Your goal is to be better today than you were yesterday. Be better tomorrow than you were today. If you have a bad day, just start again tomorrow. Pick right up, start again. Don't punish yourself. Don't judge yourself. No, you're a human being. You are going to mess up. I can promise you that. I messed up many times along the way. And the other thing is be patient. Change takes time. You did not get the way you are overnight, and you're not going to totally change overnight either. It takes time. Be patient. It's okay. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Work on being better today than you were yesterday, better tomorrow than you were today. I call that constant and never ending improvement. I actually wrote a book on that. It's on the website. It's called The Way of Constant and Never Ending Improvement. Download it, read it. It talks all about it. It gives you great advice on how to do just that.
Yes, I think that distinction between failure and feedback is really essential. And this is truly a wonderful conversation with you. And if after this my listeners want to connect with you, then what's the best?
Just through my website, thewayofexcellence.com. At the bottom of the page, there's a link. And so you click on it, the contact link, you click on it, a form comes up, you fill out a message, you send me a message. I will respond. If you and if you want to if you'd like to work with me privately, I do that. If you want to join a group, a coaching group, I can do that too. The working with me privately and the coaching group, those cost money. But the materials are on the website, those are free. So they don't cost you anything. So if you don't have money or you don't want to spend money, you don't have to. Everything you need is there. It's up to you to take advantage of it. I I've done the hard work. I've put it there for you. It's there. Now it's up to you to take advantage of it.
Yes. And I'll make sure to attach all these details and links below so that the listeners can find them easily and get in touch with you. And for my listeners, there is today's reflection question for you. For anyone who is listening and who feels out of sync, I invite you to reflect on this. Which part of you, your mind, body, or spirit, has been asking for attention? And what would it mean to listen without trying to rush the answer? And remember, true transformation doesn't come from force, it comes from alignment, where mind, body, and spirit begin working together instead of pulling apart. And thank you for joining us on the Soul Mirror podcast. If today's conversation resonated, then take a moment to notice where greater alignment might be calling you. And sometimes the mirror doesn't ask us to change everything, it only to bring what's already within us back to harmony. Until next time, take care and keep listening inward. And do not forget to hit the follow button, subscribe, and also feel free to share your thoughts because your ear deserves premium content. Thank you.